Now, without further ado, let's get started with this Mamba Jamba. Starting with A, I have A Court of Mist and Fury. I think I might be the only person who hasn't read this yet. I really love things about the Fae. You have a lot going on here. Good against evil. You have a complex situation in the first place. If you've read it, what did you think? There were some mixed reviews, so I'm curious to read it for myself and see if I'm a lover or a hater of this. For B, we have Beat the Odds by Megan Atwood, which continues with that series I had mentioned in a previous video called The Contest, where the whole concept is there's a benefactor who is offering up a $10 million prize. The only thing you have to do is complete the mysterious task he leaves for you. I don't know, it's just a fun short read to help me get through the readathon that I'm doing, because 26 books is quite a lot. C is Catching Fire again. I'll be reading the Hunger Games series, so that's where my C comes from, but I don't have it because it's en route because some of these I had to order. D, Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I picked this up because I liked the cover, and then I realized it was from the same people who wrote Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I knew immediately that I had to have it. Again, there's a fun premise. Lily left a red notebook full of challenges on her favorite bookstore shelf, waiting for just the right guy. Dash, in a bad mood during the holidays, happens to be the first guy to pick up the notebook and rise to his challenges. I anticipate this being a really fun, really twisty, turny, never know what's going to happen type of adventure, just like Nick and Nora's. I'm looking forward to reading this one. E is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. Again, it's en route, so I'm waiting on that. You have the girl who apparently has severe allergies, so she can't go outside. The house has all these special things that allow her to live. The neighbor boy moves in next door and sort of pulls her out of the shell. I'm very interested to read that, and I'll tell you what I think about it, because again, that's another book where I saw a lot of mixed reviews, but I want to see the movie, and of course I have to read the book first. So I'm going to motor through that as soon as I get it in the mail. I'm definitely stalking the mailman right now. The next one that I have is Forever by Maggie Stiefvater. That's the second book in the Mercy Wolves series. I already read the first, so I'll be continuing with it. I'm really curious to see how the twist is going to go. I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'll leave it at that. The next book for G was Given to the Sea by Mindy McGinnis. I am so curious to get into this, because apparently in this world there are people who are born who know that they are fated to give birth to the next given, and then they'll go into the sea and die. If they don't do that, I guess the island itself gets angry. So you have Kosa, I hope I'm not murdering her name, who knows this is her duty but has yet to have a child. So you have the island becoming unsettled and the people fighting over it. So excited to get into this. I have seen so many of my favorite booktubers talk about it, and I had to get out of it and avoid it because I haven't read it yet. So as soon as I read this, I'm going to jump in on that conversation. I'm so excited for it. H, Hunted by Megan Spooner, which is basically a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I'm so excited for this. This sounds so good. I love that she's a hunter and you have fairy worlds. It's going to be brilliant. I can't wait. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've heard nothing but good things about Colleen Hoover, and I've never read her. I know, it's really horrible. So this was me basically jumping into her world and seeing what was going on about it. So I really don't know much about this book. So this is going to be one that I go into blind, because I didn't want to be influenced one way or another, because people seem to love her or hate her. So I'm just going to go in and see what I think about it. Sometimes I think that's the best way to go into a book. J, this is one I'm cheating with. I couldn't find a J that I like, so we're going by John Lawrence here. A Murder for Max. Maxine has lived the life of a big city cop. Now she craves a quieter life as a police chief in a one-horse town. It's a shame local boy Billy Ray has made so many enemies. Can Max solve Billy Ray's murder and prove her big city abilities to the locals? Just seemed like a really fun, interesting short read to help me make my way through these bigger reads. So we'll see what this is about, because I've never read this author. My next one for K is Kill All, Happies. I've seen so many people talk about this, and I just was really intrigued about it. First of all, it's just kind of fun. You know, you have school getting out and they're having the party, and the fact that there is an abandoned amusement park right behind it, I know it's going to be good. They had me at abandoned amusement park, so I'm really, really curious to see how this will be. Then for L, I have Leap of Faith. If I tell him I love him, I have to come clean. I can't admit to loving someone who doesn't even know my real name. I'm a horrible person. He should hate me. I tangle my fingers into his hair, intent on keeping him near me. I'll never let go. I'll tell him everything, just not right now. Yeah, I had to pick it up after that. I want to know why she's lying about who she is. Is this a witness protection program type of thing? What's going on? I don't know, but I want to find out. Again, this is Leap of Faith by Jamie Blair. I've never read her before, so it'll be interesting to get into that and see what's going on. My M read, again, was Mockingbird by Susan Collins. I don't have that yet because it's en route, but I will be doing a discussion on all the books in that series. My next one for N, I cheated a little bit, and I took the N from the title, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I just wanted to read this book. The minute I heard the premise, I was hooked. This girl is starting college. She writes fan fiction. That was like a gateway into being a author for me. I wrote a lot of fan fiction, so I totally related to that. And I hear nothing but good things about Rainbow Rowell, and I have yet to read her. So this is going to be a lot of fun for me. My next was Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I was a Twihard. I'm not ashamed of it, and I heard that if you like Twilight, this was sort of very similar. So I'm hoping to get the feels that I got from that. Should be interesting. I've also never read any of Jennifer's young adult, but I do like her adult, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she has to offer here. My P is going to be Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Again, it's en route. I don't have it yet, but as soon as I do, I will get started on that. I haven't seen the movie yet either, so I plan on reading the book and then seeing the movie because that's always, I think, a little bit better. Q, I cheated a bit with the last name. This is The Kingdom of Renly, Lost Stone by, I love it when the library covers the names and then I have to look. By Jordan Quinn. That is who wrote this. This is just a fun little fantasy story. It's actually for middle grade, but it looks really cute and it'll be a nice break from some of these longer books. Then we have Ruthless. Ruthless by Karen Lee Adams. I'm here to stop him. I'm here to make sure this never happens again. This is why I was abducted by this thing. I want to know who abducted her or what abducted her and why and how she's going to make it out. The cover caught my eye in the first place and I was looking for R's, but then once I looked at the back, I was hooked. This is my first time reading anything by Karen Lee Adams, so we'll see how this goes. S. It's actually going to be The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. I heard wonderful things about these. It's a short read, but I heard people say it packed a lot of emotion into it, so I'm really, really, really excited to get into it. Again, it's en route, so I couldn't show it to you, but, you know, there's a picture. T, The Hunger Games. Very, very curious to see how I respond to this because there was either a hate it or love it reaction. If you read it, what were you thinking? Were you a fan? Were you over it? Did you think it was hyped up or were you into it? Curious, let me know. V, Very Bad Things by Susan McBride. First thing that caught my eye was the cover because it's beautiful and it's in a graveyard, so a compelling mystery that will suck readers in. Katie set the package on the floor and pried off the twine. There was no note, just something rolled up in yellowed paper, something that smelled rank enough to make her hold her breath as she began to unwrap it. Toward the end, the paper unrolled all by itself and dumped the contents between her feet. Plop. Oh my God, she whispered when she saw what it was. Well, what was it? How was I not going to pick this up? I want to know what it was. I want to know why we have roses in an open grave. Questions I'm looking forward to having answered. You, The Unquiet Past by Kelly Armstrong. Tess has always been tormented by waking visions that make her question her sanity. She often wonders if she has inherited something terrible from the parents she has never known. The journey to find out takes her far away from the only home she has ever known and exposes her to dangers she could never have imagined. I'm really, really excited about this. Anytime you have mystery, visions, sort of that paranormal aspect in real life, I am all about it. So I'm really excited to read this. W, cheated again with the last name. Fox Low by Eleanor Wasserberg. Don't go outside. Don't let the bad in. These are the rules of secluded commune where a ragtag group lives under the watchful eye of their leader, Freya, safe as long as they follow her rules and perform her rituals. Again, you see that spooky sort of maybe paranormal aspect. I love it. The cover really intrigued me with the gates and this giant house back behind it. It seems like the setting is going to be uber creepy. I can't wait to read this. It's also a little bit shorter to give me a break with some of these massive ones. Now, my next is X, which I cheated on because I could not find a story that had X in it. So I doubled up with my S's and I'm doing Suddenly Supernatural. It's an audiobook. Cute little tidbit. My daughter is actually doing this readathon with me, so this is going to be one that we share. It looks like Kat's mom is a medium and not the kind that fits in between small and large. She sees spirits and communicates with them, and even worse, Kat has just discovered she sees spirits too. Now it's up to Kat and her best friend Jack to help a spirit trapped in their school cross over successfully. The question is, can they do it without having to switch schools themselves? I think this is going to be adorable. I'm excited to read it. It's an audiobook, so I have my one audiobook that I'll be getting in there, and I'll enjoy reading it with my kiddo. For Y is YOLO by Lauren Miracle. I'm not even going to lie, guys. I have no clue what it's about, but I know it fits my Y qualifications, and it's short. So it's going to be a surprise for both of us when we get into it. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. It's like a grab bag. You know, you open it up and you have no clue what's going to be inside. Last but not least, my Z, which is by Shanna Mulden Zappa and Ahmed Zappa. Yeah, those are very interesting people in the first place, so I'm curious to see what this is going to be about. It's called Stealing Starlight. A girl on Earth has made a terrible wish, and it's one that could hurt her best friend. Now Vivica, startling Academy's mean girl, is on her way down to help grant it. The Star Darlings must stop her, otherwise Rancora's evil power will be restored, but will they be able to change the Wisher's bitter heart? Sounds like a cute read. I mean, this is a middle grades book. Again, I'm not going to front. It's an interesting cover. It's a short read. I'm going to need breathers between these massive books that I have, and I want to reach my goal. So this will do very nicely. And it seems like it will be an easy read, because sometimes when you're reading these big ones and you have all these feels, you just need a break. You just need a break. You want to read, but you don't want to think too much. So this should be perfect for that. That's what I got, guys. This is my A to Z. Wish me luck. I'll be checking in with you guys along the way. I hope I can do it. I'm excited. Again, I will have a link to the original tag below with the A to Z Readathon. I will have all the titles and authors listed. If you hung in there this long to go through all of these, thank you. And join me. If you've read any of these books and you loved them, hated them, tell me what you thought about it. I want to know what I'm getting into, especially like the YOLO, because I'm clueless. So thanks again for joining me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.